I'm very happy and very excited, actually. I've been excited the whole day. So it's 8 o'clock now in Cyprus. And just to give you a little bit of an idea about my background and what I do. So I do rapid transformational therapy. I started as a therapist, and I am as well an executive coach. So I work with people in coaching. So I work with the subconscious and the conscious. I understand them very well. I love the mind, and I personally suffered from the cost of self-esteem in my life, and it costed me a lot, anxieties, missing opportunities, and I understand how important it is. And it's my passion to talk about it. I'm going to answer any question you want. So either drop it in the chat or put it on a piece of paper. Just don't forget it. And we'll leave like few minutes at the end to all the questions. I can start, I think, right, Karen? We can start?
Yes,
Shall we wait?
it.
Okay, let's
Whenever
start.
you're ready.
So let me share my screen.
Yep, we see it.
You all see my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So ladies, I'm gonna just ask you for your help for the chat. And so let us start. I want to ask you in the beginning, what was your motivation behind joining this workshop today? If you can just drop it in the chat quickly. What is it, the one area you feel that self-esteem is affecting you, in other words?
We'll let people type that in. Do you want to go on to slideshow mode?
It's not a slideshow mode. Hold
I can
on.
see your screens now.
Oh, sorry.
Right at the top, it says slideshow. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Is it possible to read? Let me see chat.
Someone says job opportunities. Brett said job opportunities and friends. Christina said that my
Confidence and
self-esteem interferes with personal relationships and work. Marina says, as a solopreneur, I find it difficult to gauge my own performance, and I doubt myself quite often. Yeah, that's common. Agree with you there, Marina.
Yeah.
Want to learn how to control my emotions when I'm so sad. Limiting opportunities. There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, Melanie here is one of your executive coaching clients. She's found your advice really helpful. Works in a male-dominated environment where it's often difficult being the only female in the room. I hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, fantastic.
Definitely.
You know all too well how good Zeina is.
Yeah.
Very good. So basically, it's like it is stopping us from going into or achieving our full potential. This is just let me tell you, everyone, self-esteem issues, we all suffer from it, including me. It's not something static. It's something that goes up and down. What we need to learn today at the end, and I will show you in the objectives of this session, is how to handle it, what to do, both on a conscious and subconscious level, because there are ways to nurture it and to rebuild it. So that's the good news. I want to ask you, that was just interesting slide for me. Can you look at those things? Those are some, if you want, disadvantages of suffering from shattered self-esteem or low self-esteem, holding ourselves back. I'm sure a lot of you mentioned a lot of stuff in the chat like this: difficulty speaking up, doubting decisions, procrastinating, sabotaging relationships and opportunities, fearing to take on challenges, and the list is long. I didn't put it all. Can you just try to quantify, if possible, the costs of those things. How much did it cost you when you, for example, procrastinated? How much did it cost you when you weren't upfront and you took the opportunity that was in front of you because you thought you were not good enough for it? Can you try to quantify that? And just out of curiosity as well, just drop it in the chat. And please let me insist, this is a super safe space, okay? No judgment. We're here, as I said, we all suffer from low self-esteem. And this is something that we learn on the go every day. And it would be good to share our experiences together to learn.
Marina says it adds up to millions of dollars for me. Dora says 10,000 euro per year at least. Christina says it costs our growth. I have to agree with Marina. It's cost, between 500,000 and 1 million. Yeah. Melanie says 3 and 4 really resonate.
I was just going to say that actually, if you think about it, how many years has it cost you of life? And then how much is your life worth? Because certainly from my perspective, if I think about things that hold me back, all those years of stuff that's held me back, that's my life. I can't put a price on that.
It's cost me massively because I know I've not utilized my potential. That's it, right? It is frustrating. Kasha says setbacks cost precious time where we could be making progress. Yes, absolutely.
Indeed, it cost me a lot of mental health issues when I was as well going into toxic relationships personally before working on my self-esteem. So and that is alone a lot of that I can't put a price on it. The anxiety, the depressions, the fears, the handling stuff that we shouldn't handle. So yeah. Okay, so let's see together the objectives of this workshop. I will help you, and at the end of that workshop, actually, you will get out of it identifying how it really affects you on a personal level, how it affects your decisions. You will understand as well the root causes. Why you have a shattered self-esteem, why this self-esteem is going up and down, why it's not it's playing games with you and with your mind. You will learn powerful strategies. That is very important to rebuild the confidence and set some boundaries. And you will go away. Sorry?
We'll put everybody on mute here.
I think, Karen, if you can mute us all.
Yeah, thank you. And last but not least, you will walk away with practical tools to nurture the self-worth, because, we need practical tools on a daily basis to do that. So I want to ask here if you can drop it in the chat as well, or if you want to unmute yourself and tell us, raise a hand or something. How do you define self-esteem? I'm interested to know what are your thoughts on that?
I think put it in the chat will be the best one.
Yeah.
So the question again is, Zeina?
How do you define self-esteem?
So Melanie is saying, knowing your own self-worth. I think we will undervalue ourselves. It is the self-value that you see in yourself. Sarah says, Brett saying, overall sense of worth and value.
Yeah.
Believing in your own self-worth. Marina says, how do you feel about yourself? It's a very internal thing, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
I like what Akshata said. She says, be a confident version of myself, not shying away to express and ask for what I deserve. I love that.
Bravo. Lovely. So What do you notice in all the answers? It's an internal thing, like Karen said. It's something from within. It's not something that, you know, we don't build our self-esteem by asking for external validation. It doesn't work this way because our mind is going to question it always, you know, while when it comes from within, it's different. And I just want to say as well that all of us as human beings, when we are born as babies, we all have very high self-esteem. But along the way, this white canva gets a little bit shattered, either from, we will see why. I don't want to jump. I'm just very excited about the topic. So let me show you a little bit the definitions. I took a few definitions and then I made my own, which I'm very proud about. So, self-esteem is how you see yourself, how you treat yourself, and what you believe you deserve. So most of you said that. Marissa Peer. Self-esteem is how much you believe you are enough and how worthy you feel of love, of success, and happiness. So I highlighted belief. There is a belief here, okay? So self-esteem is very much connected to beliefs. And third, this is Mel Robbins, self-esteem is built through action. It's about proving to yourself through small daily choices that you are capable and worthy. And here I remember someone spoke about confidence, be the confident version of myself, not shying away to express and to ask of what I deserve. So it is the belief and the action married together, because belief without action, we stay where we are, and action, if it's backed behind by a bad belief, it is shaky a little bit. So we have to marry both of them. And you can see here, when we speak about beliefs, we speak about the subconscious mind. When we speak about action, it is our conscious mind. So it's a marriage of two. Now that's me, and I love this definition. It's easy. Self-esteem is a skill. That is very important to know. It's not something that just comes out, like waiting for it, sitting and waiting for it and saying, oh my God, I want self-esteem to reappear in my life. No, it is a skill. We might have lost it along the way, but we can rebuild it and nurture it. That's the good part. We can rebuild it every day, consciously and subconsciously. So what do you think about those definitions? Do you think do you resonate with that? %100% agree, Maya. Love this. Andrea, Karen, yeah. Thank you. Okay, very good. Let's see now the key impacts of low self-esteem. And you all said it already. Difficulty setting boundaries. We say yes when we really mean no. Fear of speaking up at work or in relationships. Accepting less than we deserve, whether in love, in career, or in personal growth. Self-sabotaging in several areas of our life and procrastinating. And self-sabotage is not something that we see very clearly. Or, you know, the mind is very, very smart. It plays trick on us. So sometimes, a lot of the times, we just try to find excuses to get out of relationships, to refuse relationships that are good for us, to refuse good offers at work, especially that our mind wants us to stay in the familiar. Now, that is a whole different story when we speak about the mind, because the mind has its rules, and the rules are really, really big. Maybe we can do something later about that, like a new workshop on that. People pleasing, over explaining, and I will explain why later. You know, those are just patterns that we see, and so in some cases a lot of anxiety and depression. So who resonates here? Who identify with some of those things? Does it speak to you? Massive
It definitely
anxiety.
to me
Yeah.
because I come from India where women are taught to be, zero self-esteem because the man is important.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Massive anxiety. Yeah. And exactly. Okay, so let's start here. How our self-esteem gets shattered. Okay, we have a lot of ways our self-esteem gets shattered with. So harsh criticism in childhood, all right? And a lot of parents do that thinking they are helping their kids. I'm not saying that all parents are doing it on purpose. They think they are helping their kids. You're not good enough. They want to push them to be better. Why can't you be like your sibling? You are too sensitive. You are too loud. You are too much. Criticism all the time. And I want to emphasize something. As kids, we are pure subconscious mind. We have zero conscious, which means we have zero logic. We are not able, unfortunately, to question those things, while as adults we can question them. The problem is that we acquire beliefs from those things and it stays with us until adulthood, and we can't change them unless really we revisit them on a subconscious level. So this little kid here is wondering if my parents, my caregivers are telling me that, they must be right. So I am too loud. I am overly sensitive in a bad way. I am not as good as my sibling and I'm not good enough. And this belief stays in the head. And as an adult, as you can see here, this person becomes an adult, tries to go to work and starts questioning themselves. They have lots of self-doubt, they have fear of failure, they hide their feelings because they have been told that they were too much. They procrastinate, they have avoidance behavior, etc., etc. Because they were told those words that for everybody was just something that we say. But unfortunately, the kid has grabbed on that and it stayed in the mind. Second thing, lack of praise and validation. So as well, again, we all come from a mother and a father and we all heard this, but those people as well, maybe they tried to do their best to push us towards being good. But the problem is that the subconscious mind, which is as well a very emotional mind, makes connections that they're not always right. For example, you have an amazing grade. I'm so proud of you. This little girl immediately in her mind, she made a connection. I only receive attention, love, and care when I overachieve. And those people become perfectionists when they are adults. You have got a B, you are useless. Look at your sister. Or yeah, not bad. So I'm worthless if I don't succeed. I'm not good enough, whatever I do. And I have a lot of clients that come to me. I have a mother that has 2 kids and she wanted to stay with them. And just because she has this belief in the back of her head that if she doesn't do something and she doesn't succeed and she's not a working person, she's just useless. She couldn't enjoy her kids. And she had a lot of anxiety. She had to go back to work and leave 2 little boys at home just because of this. So we attach our worth to the amount of work or the perfection we are. And that's very important to be aware of as well. Absence of affection. And that I see in every session, actually. Some people do not express, they don't say I love you all the time, they don't give hugs, they don't give kisses. And this little girl who never heard that as a little girl struggles as an adult, because when a person comes and wants to express their love to this person, for example, the mind is trying to protect her. There's something wrong here. Why? What is happening? There's lots of skepticism, and she would end up pushing away good relationships because she believes that she's not worthy of love. I'm talking about the she, but that happens with the he a lot as well. But I'm trying to be here putting men and women. So toxic relationships and rejection, whether in childhood or in adulthood. So bullying, the first one shows us bullying. The second one is an adult that has been heartbroken. Here is bullying at work. You're stupid, you're a loser, or from, I don't know, from friends, whatever. So when you are in a relationship, whether romantic or work or friendship, where you are treated like this, it reinforces even more your feelings of unworthiness. And actually, it's a loop. It's a loop that moves around. Because I think I'm worthless, I accept those words and I accept those criticism. And when I accept them, it reinforces my feeling of being unworthy. And it's a vicious circle. I will just take 1 minute to see if you have any comment on that. Does that resonate with what I'm saying? Anybody has a question?
There's one question that actually I've heard a lot. John's asking, does a lot of affection spoil children?
There's a fine line, actually, John. So when we give affection left and right, as well, we enable the person to feel that they can just, they're entitled, they can do whatever they want. We always have to know how to present it, that like, I love you and I give you affection unconditionally, but I know as well, I don't put a condition with that. I don't love you because you are good. I don't praise you because you are good. So this person can be praised and loved and hugged and given affection, not only when they behave well. And when they behave well, we acknowledge it. Just acknowledging it, it doesn't make out of this person a person that is really spoiled. And there's always this fine line, this emotional intelligence, where we can read it's case by case. I don't know if I answered your question.
I'm going to pipe in. John says, thank you. I'm also going to say there are boundaries. I mean, even with love, you don't just tolerate, really bad behavior anyway.
Exactly. And case by case is accurate. Exactly. I'm trying to read here.
I think often people connect the behavior and the love, that they're kind of connected as two things, as one thing, but actually they're two completely separate things.
Exactly.
Do you find, Zeina, that a person who was starved of love in childhood grows up to spoil their children because they don't want their child to feel that abandoned, that unloved?
I see the two extremes, Maya, unfortunately. Sometimes because when you don't have something, you can't give it sometimes.
That's true too.
Yeah. So if they didn't really work on themselves, and if they didn't fill themselves with the love, and if they didn't enhance their self-esteem, I see it very difficult for them to give love to their children because they don't know what love is. But with the people that really worked on themselves, they sometimes give a lot. So Dora is asking, perfectionists are the ones who were loved by the condition to be good. Yes, and not only good, perfect. Not good enough good is not good enough for the. I'm going to give, because examples are the best way. I had a client 2 days ago, and she's an amazing, person and coach. Yet she's paralyzed somehow. Whatever she wants to do, she's stuck where she is. A big time imposter, big time procrastination. Sorry, the word is not coming. Now because she grew up with a mom and a dad that were very critical, they wanted the perfection, they wanted the best. Whatever she does, the dad was always answering, yeah, not bad, yeah, it's okay. She was never praised. And because her mind, and that was very painful for her. And usually the mind, the human mind, recognizes pain and stores it. And anything in the present that might remind this person of that pain, they try to keep that person away from it. So the mind has chosen procrastination because it's safer for that person. Anyway, anything she does is not good enough. There was something about self-imposed perfection. But that self-imposed perfection, Kasha, comes from the same thing. It is self-imposed because we believe that if we are not perfect, we're not performing well, our worth is not well. We have to go back to childhood to understand why there was a self-imposed perfection. But again, perfectionism is something that can never be achieved. And people that tend to be perfectionist at the long run, they tend to be depressive and anxious a lot, because perfection is something, it's a line, it's an unmoving line. It doesn't stop, and it's very hard to keep up. I'm going to pass to the next slide. I'm just being mindful of the time. And at the end, I'm going to answer any other question that I didn't answer if we still have time, okay? Words make it or break it. I remind you, we're talking about how the self-esteem gets shattered. So yes, we have those limiting beliefs coming from childhood, the experiences of childhood, the bullying, the being different. Sometimes, some people suffered from weight issues. Some people, I have clients, for example, that travel from one culture to another, 9 years old, 10 years old. They are not really welcome in that culture. They are bullied. They don't feel that they belong. And kids do not like that. So they start feeling unworthy. They start feeling not okay. And it continues with them. But then they reinforce it with words, because our words are very, very powerful. And those words, they crystallize our beliefs, and the vice versa. Because when we say something like, I am not smart enough, and when I say I'm not smart enough, I believe it more. And when I believe it more, I procrastinate more. When I procrastinate more, it increases that beliefs, and we are stuck in this loop. So if you constantly hear or tell yourself negative statements, your mind has no choice. No choice. And please, please pay attention to that. And as I said, because I'm mentioning a lot of the rules of the mind, which I think is very important to make a special workshop on that. But your mind cannot know the difference at all between right or wrong, true or false, imaginary or real. I don't know. It cannot know the difference. It takes your words 100% as if they are just true. Okay, so do you understand? So you can tell yourself a lot of stuff. Your mind will not question it. It will just take it at face value. And that is very, very, very dangerous if we say bad stuff, but it's very beneficial if we say good stuff, because your mind will believe it. Everything you say becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Does that make sense? Nicholas,
so this is along the lines of, if you believe you can, you're right. And if you believe you can't, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You make your beliefs, and your beliefs will turn around and make you. And yeah, I see Nicholas saying, my mind feels irrepressibly resistant to conscious growth, because maybe there is something there, and your mind believes that it is in your best interest to stay where you are. It is in your best interest not to grow, because the conscious mind has very limiting grip over us, unfortunately. Someone is raising their hands. Jalene?
Yes, I just had a question. This is on the lines of if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. I agree with that statement 100%. But I'm just trying to understand like the line between being in alignment with what you're supposed to do, because some things fit others and some things fit you more than it fits someone else, like your ability and your talent. So what is that line? Like, how do you know like you're in alignment and out of alignment with what you're supposed to be doing and what you should be doing and what you thrive in? Because if you keep doing something that you're thinking, you're good at or you can do, and it's just not for you, how do you know to stop? Like, when do you stop?
Yeah, you're talking about confidence and skills versus self-esteem. It's different. When you are doing something that you think like not all, like me, I suck at math, for example. Sorry for the word. I'm really bad at math, and I accept it. And I know that this is who I am. I try as much as I can, but I don't know it a lot. I accept it. So I'm not going to go and do something that requires a lot of math. While social media, I'm going to give you another example. I had a limiting belief that I can't do social media myself. It's very complicated. I come from an age where social media was not present, and I was reliant and dependent. And but I have to do social media because of my work. This is important. So I did push myself through uncomfort, and I felt more confident, and it increased my self-worth. Now, if you're talking about your values and your what you like to do, what is your life calling, that is your purpose, that is completely different. I don't know if I answered your question. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you. I couldn't unmute myself.
Okay, thank you. And Sarah, you're right. Our mind always pulls us to our comfort zone. That's very true. Now, this is a cycle. I wanted just to see it, just to repeat what I said in one slide. So we have childhood patterns, we have self-talk patterns. We say a lot of stuff to ourselves that are very unhealthy, and you need to be very careful about that. We pass through experiences that reinforce those, bad childhood experiences, and then we go to our limiting beliefs. We form limiting beliefs, and they are in our subconscious mind, and they direct us. We start avoiding challenges. We start avoiding confrontation. We don't stand up for ourselves. We engage in toxic relationships. We reject good ones. And I'm seeing a lot of that, unfortunately. We self-sabotage, we procrastinate, and we start people-pleasing. And when we do that, when we do all this, it reinforces, again, the low self-esteem, and the cycle repeats until you break it. We need to break it here, and we need to break it here at a subconscious level. And then when we break it and we change the limiting beliefs, we can start taking actions easily. So now we're going to do our first activity. It's a workshop at the end of the day. So I want you to work with me, and it gives me a bit of break. So we're going to divide, the ladies are going to divide you into breakout rooms. And in the breakout rooms, you're going to recall a moment, a scene, an event, something that happened with you. And when your self-esteem, consciously, that took a hit. Something in your early age a little bit, something even in your adulthood, and how did it affect you? So Maya, Karen, are you going to do the...
Yep. We'll set out 8 breakout rooms, I think. That would give us
Okay.
and
We're going
4
to take
5
5
people
minutes.
per group. And I'll do that now. Maya, if you can unmute everybody, make sure everyone's unmuted, then you'll see a little button on your screen that says join room number, whatever. Go ahead and join that room and have an opportunity to chat. So, Zeina, have you given the instruction, the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just recall a moment, a scene, something that happened with you that discuss among you. You know, it's very important always to discuss, to discover patterns. And how did that affect you? And then we come back here. And if anyone would like to share, we can take some sharings as well.
Okay, right. The room's opening up now. In you go.
Just click the join button.
People want to join their rooms.
I'm not able to. Then
You should be able to, but
then
let me try.
Then tell me.
Marina,
Yeah.
Marina. Okay, let me.
Hi,
I'm
can you
asking
hear
to-
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was just, I couldn't recall anything specific. It was just general experiences from childhood, in particular in relationship with my mom, who was quite, I'm one of 6 children, and my mom was very critical, super critical of me. Nothing, I could never do anything right. And when I look back on my childhood now, I realize that I was the only child that she seemed to target. When I've spoken to my siblings now as adults, and said to them how I felt my mom treated me, they just had a very different view of their experiences being parented by her. Their experiences were very positive on the whole. And I think that's kind of transferred into my adulthood, really. And because I sometimes when I'm in my quiet moments, I think back to my childhood, and I question myself and wonder, well, why was I the one that was targeted? What is it about me that she didn't like or she couldn't love? Yeah, and I've just kind of taken that into work relationships and romantic relationships where I just don't feel that I'm good enough.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for being open to share. I really appreciate it. And unfortunately, yes, because you have developed that belief that I'm different, I am not loved, I am, my mother is, you know, like nothing is good enough for her, I'm not good enough. And you took those beliefs with you. And unfortunately, those beliefs, because they want to protect you, they don't let you go out there. So, but the good news, you can work on it, you know, it can be fixed. Nothing is self-esteem. The good part about it is that it can be fixed. Everything can be fixed, especially using the power of the subconscious mind.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Speaking of that, I just want to tell you, I should have said that from the beginning, but I forgot. If you stay with us till the end, which is until, you know, like another 40 minutes, 50 minutes max, you're going to unlock some nice offer, very nice offer, and just try to stay with us till the end. So I'm going to go a little bit faster so we can do it. Now, the impact of low self-esteem on decision making. I'm going to go through that very quickly because we saw that already. So your mind wants to keep you safe. That is the job of your mind. It doesn't care for you to be happy or to make a promotion or to reach I don't know where or to be, you know, to travel. It doesn't really care. All what it wants is to keep you safe and on this planet and alive. That's why it's always scanning for danger. Okay? And when there is already a lack of self-esteem, the rejection becomes a threat, because when we were rejected as a child, or when we were criticized as a child, it was very painful. And our mind kept a memory of that. It put it in a box. And everything that is a bit similar to that feeling, it would not let us go close to that. It exaggerates the potential of any outcome just to protect us. So we start avoiding behaviors, we start procrastinating, we don't take action just to be safe, if that makes sense. Second, the brain believes whatever you tell it. So it takes your words literally, like we said before. So when you repeat, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, it just accepts it as a truth. And this will, you know, when you say I'm not good enough, you will not take an action. And when you don't take action, and you don't talk to people, or you don't voice out what you want to voice out, or when you don't make any confrontation, or when you can't take a decision because you think that you're not equipped to take a decision, so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it becomes a cycle. You miss opportunities and it reinforces your fear. Then there is an exaggeration of failure. When we have low self-esteem, it means we have passed through pain in childhood. We have passed through criticism. We have passed through bullying. We have passed through bad experiences, even in adulthood, that reinforced all those things, which means our nervous system is on high alert. It's overactive. So any small risk is even associated to catastrophic danger. That's why it will not let you be free to do the stuff you want to do. So if you have an idea at work and if it's rejected, this means for you immediately a personal failure. You will, this little child inside of you will remember the failure that they felt at home or at school or with their friends. Any mistake will become a big proof of incompetency. If anybody has a question on that, just let me know. And before I go to the impact on relationship and friendships.
Yeah, Zeina, can I just chip in here? There are a few people that need to dip out early for various reasons, but I'm loving your workshop. I know that you're going to put an offer in at the end, which is just an amazing offer to really help whoever wants to be helped that bit further. If anybody wants to kind of, you know, find out more about what Zeina has to offer, and you need to dip out, just put your, if you don't mind, put your email in the chat, or send me or Maya a direct message with your email in it, so that we know, well, Zeina knows she can reach out to you and let you know what the offer is. So I just wanted to add that in, because if somebody has to dip out now, they won't necessarily know that we won't know that they might be interested in finding out more about your offer.
Of course, of course. Yeah. Okay, good. So I'm going to pass quickly over that. The impact of low self-esteem on relationship is very clear. We self-sabotage. Anything that is good, we push it away. We settle for less, or we go for toxic relationship because anyway, we are not worthy of love. That's what we thought, and this is what we learned. We fear being authentic, and we start people pleasing so we cannot be rejected, because that's what we learned when we were at school, when we were different, when we didn't belong. We don't speak up or set boundaries. And then, of course, you have the anxiety, the seeking reassurance, and you lose yourself in the relationship. So that's a different exercise that we're going to do. Everybody has a piece of paper in front of you. Can you draw a big fish in front of you and write inside of it what are the fears, the doubts, or the limiting beliefs that you have inside that fish? For example, I don't think I'm smart enough. I don't think that I am valued, or my ideas are not important, or I always mess up relationships, or I'm not worthy of asking for a raise. There's no point making efforts anyway. My project will never sell. Those are ideas I'm giving you. So put it together and we can, what do you think, ladies? We can stay here and share, you know, if somebody would like to share how they think they can take some small steps to reduce or to eliminate those limiting beliefs. Before, you know, I wanted just to see if what is the level of, you know, how much people know how to deal with those things before we pass to the second part of the presentation, which is dealing with the self-esteem. Is that okay for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, just waiting.
Good. So everyone writing their fish, their picture of a fish, their fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. And then we can
The stinky fish. When we put all the limiting beliefs, it becomes stinky.
stinky, the stinky fish like that.
Yeah.
I've got a question, Zeina. What if we're not aware of what our limiting beliefs actually are?
Yes, that's why we do the hypnotic sessions.
Fantastic.
There are a lot of people that are not aware of their limiting beliefs. They just do what they do, but they don't know why.
Yes. Yeah. And they, you know, they probably know that they have got limiting beliefs, but you know, it's not raised sufficient to the consciousness that they don't actually know what they are.
No, no. The second part of the presentation now we'll talk more about that, but yeah, I'll explain a little bit more now.
Okay. So does anyone want to add in the chat maybe one of their stinky comments?
Stinky fish. Who would like to share a little bit? How would you address your stinky fish without killing it? I will share myself, for example. I'm going to, as I told you before, one of my limiting beliefs that was stopping me from really doing stuff, which is the social media. I always wanted people to help me posting and doing stuff. And I realized that by taking steps and by doing it, even if it's not perfect, I'm building confidence. And it is, I was so happy when I did it the first time. And when I did it the second time, it was easier. And it really increased my, my feeling of I'm good enough, I can do it. So that is me.
Nicholas says, people think I'm too intellectual. Mm. And Jeline, I don't know how you pronounce that. Sorry if I butchered it. Says ideas and creativity is not worthy enough to share.
Yeah.
Dora says, I'm not good enough to get a well-paid job and do not deserve success.
I'm sorry about all this, but yeah, I'm not good enough to get a well-paid job and do not deserve success. We have to change the belief at the subconscious level and then sail through discomfort and ask for a good paid job, even if you will feel that you have a rash and you will feel that your heart is beating and you will feel all these physical sensations. You just need to take charge of your mind, because here your mind is trying to protect you from being exposed to the rejection. So let me pass to the second, because I don't want to miss out on here. This is very important. So as I said, to rebuild the self-esteem, we need to work on the beliefs which are in the subconscious mind here. And once we work on the beliefs in the subconscious mind, we can marry it to the actions with the conscious mind. We take more actions and we reinforce the good beliefs. So self-esteem is how you speak to how you speak to yourself. It is how you treat yourself. It's a habit. It's not an external validation. So how to rebuild it? First of all, you have the power of self-talk. You can start talking to yourself. The mind believes what you tell it. Your self talk programs your self-esteem. When you start saying, I am enough every day, when you put it as a screensaver, when you mark your mirror with it, when you put it, I have it on my telephone, on my mobile. It comes in the morning, it comes in the evening, it comes colored, and it always reminds me that I am enough. When you start saying powerful statements to yourself, I am worthy, I am lovable, I deserve it, I deserve success, I deserve to be paid well, I deserve to ask for a raise because what I give is valuable. When you say it like this, remember, your mind has no choice. So I was giving a little bit of those tips all over the presentation. Your mind has definitely no choice but to accept it and to act on it. Now here, this is the important part that I really want to explain to you. Anybody can tell me what is this picture? What does it mean to you? Again,
monsters from outer space.
Yeah, people need to leave. If you can, neurons, bravo.
Brain synapse.
Yeah, if you can leave your email, because it is a shame if you will miss out on the offer. Okay, just leave your emails if you want, and we'll get back to you. Pathways in the brain, bravo. So these big circles here, they represent the beliefs that we have. Let's take a belief that is common to a lot of people. For example, I'm not enough. It can be I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I'm not beautiful enough, whatever, I'm not creative enough. We can have those beliefs that are ingrained in the mind, and with the experiences, with the lack of action that we don't take, with everything that happens with it, those beliefs become big and big and big, because the beliefs become big with repetition. In a hypnosis session, what I do is I cut the vitamins. You see those? I don't know if you can see the pointer. Can you see it on the screen? Can you see yeah. So you
Yes.
cut those, you cut it like this. I cut it. I don't give the vitamin to that. I reframe that belief. I make it die. And I put instead of it new beliefs that are little, that are more beneficial, that will help your self-esteem grow, that will push you towards achieving what you want to achieve. Because it all starts with a belief, with a thought that would affect your feeling, and after it will affect your action. This is how it is. And our control stops at the thought. If we do not change the thought, we cannot control our feeling, we cannot control our action. So here, this is what we do when we do a hypnosis session. We detect the beliefs, we find them, we cut all the vitamins coming to them, we reframe them, and we install new beneficial beliefs that we repeat and we repeat and we hear every day for at least 21 days, so we can change the way we think and feel and behave. Anybody has questions until now? No questions. All right. We can rebuild the self-esteem through action as well, but don't forget, we need to work on the limiting beliefs. Sometimes some of them are conscious, but some of them are really, we are unconscious of them. And the only way we can really get hold of them and change them quickly without years and years of trying is through hypnotherapy. And then we can start actions.
Sorry, Zeina. We had one question from Nicholas. What if you come across a resistant patient or a skeptic?
Resistant and skeptic of hypnotherapy, you mean, Nicholas? I think that's what he means. Yes, there is some resistance. Give me a minute to think. Okay. Marina is saying, how is hypnosis different from regression? Hypnosis is the kind of therapy. Regression is inside a therapeutical session. It is part of it, but it's not all of it. So regression is only taking the person back to the past and letting them see the scenes, because the mind is very smart. It will take you immediately there because it knows scenes that affected you and that made you believe what you believe today. That is regression. But then it's not enough. We have to do the reframe, and we do the healing, and we do the new beliefs, and we do a lot of things inside a rapid transformational session. So once we work on the beliefs, we start taking actions easily, because when we take action, the confidence, the skill of confidence becomes much better and stronger, and our confidence becomes better. It will increase our self-esteem. Definitely, there is no escape from that. So Nicholas is saying, I have found I'm naturally very resistant to any changes of any kind, particularly those that feel so alien. But this is very normal, Nicholas, because your mind is built to resist any change, because the unfamiliar is unsafe for the human mind, and we have a tribal mind. But then we have to go against it and control it. Now, let me show you how through action you can change everything. You have a limiting belief. It leads you to fear and self-doubt. And then you take an action, but you feel discomfort. You feel not okay. And then when you take the action, you start repeating those actions. It becomes habits, and you build a competence. And then when you build that competence, you start acting confident. And when you act confident, you feel worthy. And when you feel worthy, this is where the self-esteem is affected positively. You take more action, you become more confident, you become more worthy, you feel more self-esteem. This is how we work with it. But we have to detect limiting beliefs. This is very important.
So you have this in a circle. Does this mean that after you become more confident, you're going to find another limiting belief?
It affects the limiting belief. It changes it, but it becomes a different belief. It becomes a positive belief. That's
Right.
what. So maybe we should have added one more here. But this particular belief becomes a positive belief. I am not good enough. I am good enough. I am worthy of love. I'm not worthy of love. I am worthy of love. So this is how it is. Thank you for asking. What are the examples of those uncomfortable actions that are good to do? Oh, I gave you one, for example, me doing social media. See, business people or very successful people, they have a lot of uncomfortable action that they do. A lot of them do stuff that they feel uncomfortable with, but they have to do it, unfortunately, because it's part of the package. But the more you do it, the less it becomes uncomfortable. Let me give you an example. Sometimes maybe let's get out of business. Maybe it's uncomfortable for you as a person to say no. That is an uncomfortable feeling. So maybe you can start by saying, no, I would have loved to be nice, Slowly, when you see you're not being really outcasted or putting on the side or hated for saying no, you will be able to say no easily, if I answered your question. I think I will skip that because we for time. What do you think, ladies?
Yeah, that's fine. And Nicholas is just asking, is your circle, is this a circle, or is it sequential, or is it a network? Circle.
It's sequential, I think. It's sequential, it's sequence, it's a process, it's something that happens one after the other. It's how it is. It's how can I explain it? It is yeah, it is a process. It's how it happens because you don't pay attention that this is how it is happening, but this is a cycle. Sometimes, okay, there are things that you can miss out from one of those and you pass immediately to the second, but mainly most of the people pass through this cycle.
Okay. And we all have a number of limiting beliefs, so presumably there's a network of them and each operate in the same way.
Of course. It's how it happens for each limiting belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if I'm hated after saying no? Wouldn't I reinforce my limited beliefs?
Oh. So if you are hated after saying no, it means that you have to question here the people you are surrounding yourself with. So it's a big question here, because people that really are they care about us, they would understand that you're not saying no because you want to say no. You can explain if that makes you better, feel better, but it's preferable not to explain a lot, just a little bit. And at the end of the day, as I always say, being hated doesn't kill us. Doesn't kill us. And along with the way, yeah, unfortunately, when you want to work on your self-esteem, you will lose a lot of people along the way. It's like this. Every growth, people do not like people that stand for themselves a lot, unfortunately. But
it's about being true to yourself, isn't it, Zeina? And kind of, putting your what you think and what's aligned to you, and it's important kind of there. And if someone doesn't agree with that, then you're prepared to actually say, hang on a minute, what I think is important.
Very good. And plus, I want to add to that, Karen, that because what is better, them to hate you or you to self-resent? Because if you say yes all the time, you will reach a self-resentment. You will hate yourself. You can't live with yourself anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this exercise, I can't do it because it will take 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And it's very important for me to
take a screenshot, folks. Can you go back to that so people can take a screenshot? Yeah.
We will send out recordings of this session, so everyone who's on this webinar will be able to see that. They can come back to it.
And that's a continuation for the exercise. So
if you do nothing else, do the final action.
Yeah, exactly. Now I want to do a little visualization for everyone. So I will ask you to take a comfortable position. How many we have now still in the group?
25 still here, so -3, 22.
Okay. So take a comfortable position. Have it's not long, but it's just a little visualization. I want you to imagine with me your life when you really feel that you are good enough, when you are confident, and when you are free to be yourself. I would like you to imagine that with me. I'm going to stop sharing for now. And just to see everyone, because when it's, hold on a second. Right. So I'm going to put some nice music in the background. Relax, close your eyes. It would be very helpful to close your eyes. Now there's something that I need to do for everyone to listen to the music, right, Maya?
Sorry, when you share, there's a button on the right that says share sound, share with sound.
Let
so
me
click
try.
the share button.
I'm just going to make the music work. Hold on. All right, I'm going to make it work. See, that is what we're talking about. I'm not perfect in technology. It doesn't stop me from doing what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to just play it from YouTube, as simple as that. Tell me if you hear it. Okay.
Not hearing anything yet.
Now, hold on a sec. Can you hear now?
No.
No.
If you share your screen, Zeina, if you click share, before you actually finally share your screen and say which screen you want to share, there's a little button.
Hold on, Karen. Let me hear you because I put it low. Tell me again.
If you click the share button to share your screen, then you'll see there's a little checkbox on the next screen that you come up
Share
to.
sound. Share
Yes,
sound.
that's it. That's it.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay.
And then share the screen and we can hear it.
Yeah.
We all did that at least 3 times before we learned it.
Yeah. So I need to open the presentation to do that, right?
Well, you open whatever screen you want to share, and it will be able to hear the sound. So if you put it in the presentation, yes.
Can you hear now?
You need to share your screen.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay, we can see your screen now.
You can.
You can see your screen. Are you playing?
Yeah, hold on, but it's not letting me. All right, no problem. No problem. We'll do it without music.
Okay.
All right. So just close your eyes and feel comfortable as much as you can. Take a deep breath in and out. Again, take a deep breath in and out. Now allow yourself to relax. Let go of the day. Let go of any tension. Nothing matters right now except this moment. As you sink deeper into relaxation, imagine a version of yourself, your most confident, self-assured, and powerful self. This is the you that has unshakable self-worth. The you that walks tall, speaks with certainty, and knows without any doubt that you are enough. See yourself waking up in the morning, feeling light, energized, and at peace. You look in the mirror and you smile because you just love who you see. There is no more harsh criticism, no more doubt, just deep, unwavering self-acceptance. Now step into your day. You move through the world with certainty. When you speak, people listen. When challenges arise, you handle them with ease. You are confident, unstoppable, magnetic. You attract opportunities, respect, and success effortlessly. See yourself at work, taking bold steps, making decisions with clarity, and speaking up with authority. People value your voice, and so do you. Now shift to your relationships. Notice how different they feel. You set boundaries with ease. You receive love fully, knowing that you deserve it, that you are worthy of it. You walk away from anything that doesn't serve you because you know your worth. Everything has changed because you have changed. And now, as you take this feeling in, you realize this isn't a dream. This isn't a fantasy, definitely. This is your life waiting for you. This is who you are meant to be. And the only thing between you and this reality is just a choice. And now take a deep breath in and breathe out calmly. One more time, take a deep breath in and breathe out. When you are ready, just open up your eyes. How do you feel?
Fantastic.
So that was just a little thing that we did to help you see the feeling when you connect with your internal self. This is hypnosis, actually. It's when you connect with your internal self. I'm going to reshare my screen, and I was supposed to give you some nice music. Sorry for that. Instead, you just listen to my voice. And sorry, 1 second. Let me just do the presentation mode. Okay. So that is the thing that I wanted you to stay for, because I want to offer you something really, really nice for only the people that are attending this workshop. And I just put together like a nice offer. We're going to do a group hypnosis session where we will uncover the limiting beliefs, where I will guide you. I will ask your mind questions. I will put you into hypnosis. We will regress you. I will ask your mind questions, and your mind will go into details of things and scenes and stuff. You will connect with those scenes because it's a group hypnosis. We're not going to be able to speak it up, but as long as you see it yourself, that's enough. And then I'm going to do a healing process inside the session, exactly like I do in an individual session. So this session is about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. We're going to do all the techniques of a group, of a rapid transformational therapy, but in a group hypnosis format. And at the end of it, I'm going to be generating a recording and the power of recording is that the mind learns by repetition. So the more you repeat, remember that picture I showed you with the beliefs that become big and big and big and big. The more we repeat, the more we put the beliefs there. And when the beliefs are changed immediately, there is no question about that. Our feelings will change and immediately our actions will change. Definitely, we start feeling that we're taking action more easily. So this is to help you on a conscious level. As I said, when you clear the subconscious, when, because I'm a coach myself, so I work with the conscious, but I work as well with other coaches that send me sometimes their clients when they hit a wall with them because there is a limiting belief in the background. So we clear that limiting belief and then we continue the action. And the action will reinforce more and more the new good beliefs that we have installed. So the very special offer that I'm making today instead of offering the group hypnosis at 97 euros, we're offering it at 47. And instead of offering the recording for 80 euros, it is 50 euros. So instead of paying 177, you're paying only 97. Of course, you have the choice to take the group hypnosis alone without taking away the recording. You will be listening to the recording in the session, but I can't share it with you. So the effect of repetition and hearing it every night before sleeping, this is very important. I'm very pleased to offer you that because you stayed with us till the end, because you enjoyed the session. So basically, I think that would make you very good results. So any question on that, I'm very ready to answer it. Or any other thing.
Hi, Zeina.
Hi.
Can I ask you a question about the group hypnosis?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So first of all, thank you very much for the offer.
You're welcome.
So I understand the concept of hypnosis, but I've never engaged in it at all, either group or one-to-one. If you're doing it in a group setting, but obviously every person who's attending is an individual with bringing their own personal experience and beliefs. Is there a limit to the numbers in the group so that you can get that engagement one-to-one to help each individual get the breakthrough that they need?
Thank you for asking. Very important question. So the setting in a group hypnosis, there is the person that is being hypnotized is not gonna say out loud the scenes that he or she has. So let me give you an example. Let's say I ask your mind a question regarding the self-esteem. So what I would do, I take the group and I ask certain questions, every member of that group, certain questions, so I can understand what to ask the mind. So I will try to adapt the questions to the people that are in that group, okay? When I say to the mind, for example, take me to a scene, to a place, to an event, that is the root cause of you feeling, for example, you resisting to ask for a raise, or you doing X, Y, Z. Your mind immediately, in your mind, you will know that this is something that you are dealing with. And your mind will take you to that scene and you will remember something. You will see something. Then I will, because I have the cases with me, I will put the possible beliefs that get out of those scenes. And when we get all the beliefs, because the human beliefs, as we say, like the human sins, they are more or less the same. So when we see those limiting beliefs, when I say them, I will say them out loud, and each person will connect with the limiting belief because they will make the connection between that scene that they saw and that belief. Okay, and then I will do the reframe that as well will fit the beliefs, all the beliefs that I will be talking about regarding the self-esteem, and I will do all the other steps that I do in a individual session. But to answer your question, there will not be an engagement. Usually when it is an individual session, there is an engagement with me, there is talk with me, but it's a completely different price. I'm doing here a very good price, still beneficial. The group hypnosis is very beneficial as well. The personal session, we're talking about 450 euros, and it is something where I will be talking with you on a personal level, and we will attend to your personal events more in details, if I answered your question.
Right. That makes sense. Obviously the price is very low. So I understand what you're saying about the difference between group and personal. That makes total sense. But what I'm hearing you saying is that in as much as there
Your audio is going a bit funny,
is
Dominic.
engagement in the group session, the engagement is your engagement directly with the subconscious mind of the individual, which is happening anyway.
Yes, definitely. And the hypnotic recording is going to be.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Now we can hear you. Yeah, I heard the question.
No.
Don't.
Yes. No.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is.
So no, I think you answered that essentially.
Dominic, you've got
Dominic.
Again. I think, Zeina,
Right,
it might be also worthwhile saying that, you know, if anybody does want to have a one-on-one with you, then, you know, that's immensely powerful, obviously. And you do a kind of discovery session with them. So you might want to mention that, Zeina.
So I think.
Yeah.
Your audio keeps dipping out.
Yeah. So what we're saying is we can still have an one-on-one session.
Yeah.
And there is a link that Maya will drop to my website. She dropped it already, to the Calendly link if you want a one-on-one, where we will do a free discovery call of 45 minutes when I will see the exact, you know, like personal history, which is completely a different thing. So it's a different procedure. And for whoever would like to sign up for the group hypnosis, if you want to leave your emails here, we can send you as well information. We're giving that very good price until the 18th of March. That's very important to mention.
I mean, to put this into perspective, this is an amazing offer, because if we think about the value that we placed on what we're losing, the cost of our self-esteem issues, which we talked about right at the beginning, you can't put a price on that.
No.
This session is really a drop in the ocean in terms of making some real changes on subconscious level, which is really what we have to do in order to make those underlying big shifts in our limiting beliefs. So this is an amazing offer. Thank you for those of you that put your email in the chat. If you'd rather send it to myself, Maya, or Zeina directly, do that. That's fine. But Zeina, you've had some. Sorry, Maya?
I'm just saying we will send out the replay, take a second watch, think about it again. This offer is open until when? Oh yeah, until the 18th.
Until the 18th. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you just pay a little bit more. That's all.
Yeah. Afterwards, we will apply the normal group hypnosis that I usually apply, which are, you know, it will be 177. But very important to mention it's very important to take the hypnotic recording with it, because we have to, you know, the mind learns by repetition. If we don't repeat, I'm not saying that there is no change, but the change is really certified by repetition. It's like learning how to drive, learning how to go by bicycle, learning how to read. We repeat, memorizing a poem. This is how it works.
Yeah. And Maya, Zeina, you mentioned RTT, rapid transformational therapy. Maybe you want to just kind of give a little bit of an overview of what that is.
So it's not a simple hypnosis. Rapid transformational therapy is a type of hypnotherapy that includes cognitive behavioral therapy and neurolinguistic programming under hypnosis. That's why it's very powerful. Very, very powerful. I mean, guys, the amount of change I have seen during my practice, until now, I don't believe it. I mean, sometimes I don't believe that is that much powerful and so quickly. And that's why it is called rapid. We don't have to do it so many times. The biggest issues, I usually deal with them with 2 sessions maximum or 3 sessions. So, that is rapid transformational therapy. And in the website, they can know a lot more about it as well. I'm going to put the website again here. I know Maya already shared it, but just putting it here again. Yeah, Dora, I'm more on the ground type. Yeah. A state of hypnosis is not, all those questions are answered on the website, but I will answer it immediately here. It's not something that you see. It's not the American hypnosis that you see online where people, you know, do a lot of magic and stuff. That's not it. Hypnosis is a very simple thing that you are in every day of your life without knowing it. So there is no way, there's nowhere to enter. It is within you. It's a state that you are in every day. When you wake up, when you sleep, when you drive, when you do your, sometimes you do dishes and you are so focused. Hypnosis is a state of focus. It is like meditation. Yes, it is the same brainwave of meditation. You are in a theta brainwave where the brain is very, very receptive and suggestible.
So really what you're saying, Zeina, is you can't get away from not being influenced in some shape or form.
No.
I think we should also mention it's not like in the movies where, you know, somebody can hypnotize you to get up and dance like a chicken. It's not that at all.
Misconception of hypnosis.
Yeah.
So
But
really
that
what
really
you're
looks
doing,
like our movies.
yeah. So what you're doing is you're playing with the rules of the mind, because you understand the rules of the mind and you know what it will listen to and in what way and what will influence it and in what way. And really it's everybody's own mind and the conversation or the flow that goes on inside their mind that will make the change. You're just directing that change.
Exactly. And I use the rules of the mind to produce the recording because there is a way to talk to the subconscious.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's clear from the session we've had today, had lots of great feedback. You know your stuff, Zeina. You know your stuff. You understand how the mind works, and you know how we can make that change. And we were talking in the break that basically this is stuff that we all should know, but we just aren't taught it. Only some special people like Zeina have that knowledge that can really affect our subconscious mind to for our own betterment, really. So
Zeina, you're in Cyprus. What do you think about holding an in-person retreat in Cyprus? I would come.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
I'm all about the travel.
I would love that. We have to do it before the weather becomes too hot.
Yes.
Too hot. Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe we could sort something out like that. That would be really good.
Yeah. Today was 27 degrees already, huh?
Oh my gosh. I'm happy that it's 5 degrees here. Because it's 7. Tanaz can probably tell me the right answer.
Yeah. Okay. So
right.
I think we can wrap up.
Yeah. Just before we wrap up, guys, we'd really appreciate it.
Marina says do it in the fall.
A few points of what you've got from this session today. So Zeina, we've already had some great feedback, but if you've got anything more you'd like to say to Zeina, then please drop it in the chat. If you would like to take on board the offer, please either put your email in the chat or send a direct message to myself or Maya or Zeina with your email, and Zeina will be in touch with you directly. with a link for the offer. And we will send out a replay, and so you'll be able to watch the whole session again and benefit from Zeina's wisdom again. But the offer is really an amazing offer because her, as she said, a session normally costs for an hour and a half of your time would be about €450. So you're getting that and a 21-day recording of the mind-changing stuff for less than €100. That's amazing.
Exactly.
So so do drop your email, send us your email if you're interested. We will send out the recording, and if you have any more questions, just drop in the chat quickly. Otherwise, we'll wrap up in a few minutes.
And I've just dropped Zeina's direct Calendly link. If anyone wants to sign up for a one-on-one, please do that.
So you do a free discovery session, don't you, Zeina?
Yeah.
The free discovery one-on-one. So if you are interested in that, then click on that link, book a time with Zeina. As you can see, she knows her stuff, so she'll sort you out.
And we will try and get together that session in Cyprus. I definitely want to.
Let's make
I
it
just
happen.
want an excuse, okay?
You want the excuse to come to Cyprus. Yeah, and that would be an amazing way to meet you in person.
Fantastic.
All right,
Okay,
I think.
If there's no more questions.
Are you in Paphos? I don't
No,
know.
I'm in between Paphos and Limassol. I'm in Pissouri.
Not far from Paphos, really, then.
No. Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Well, Zeina, thank you so much. I can't speak for everybody. We can only read the comments here, but I certainly have thoroughly enjoyed your session. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming along. And I know we've talked about, having some other sessions. Well, Marina's got her hand up there. Do you want to say something, Marina?
Oh, she's clapping. She's clapping.
Ah, so you're clapping.
Oh, right, yes.
Thank you, Marina.
Fantastic. And yes, hopefully we'll hear more from you as well over the next weeks and months to come. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll wrap up there then.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you.